All right, everybody, welcome to Heyworth High School. And we're joining late. It's an early start tonight. I got to turn that down a little bit. It's an early start tonight. 5 o'clock JV, 6 o'clock varsity. And we rushed down here and got everything set up. Everything was in the back of Eric's car. Dan Kinslinger alongside Eric Hughes. Eric, great job on Saturday, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah.
It was a lot of fun listening to you and watching and being able to stay connected from so far away. So I got to appreciate what all you guys get to appreciate. And I appreciate you stepping in, and I'm done. So talk to you later. See ya. But, no, a lot of fun. But tonight, it's the Heyworth Hornets, and we're going to jump right into this. Hornets are good.
Very good. Yep. Yeah, very good. I do not have JV numbers, folks, but I was looking over their record. They are doing really well so far this season. Varsity team is 14-3, 4-0 in Heart of Illinois Conference, and a couple just points on that. They actually took out Clinton 2-0, 2 sets to 0, but they lost to Prairie Central. So it's an interesting. So we had a tough time with both of those teams, but yeah, looks like they put together a really nice team this year, and so it'll be interesting to see. I'm going to see if I can find some fresh soft numbers as we're kind of getting into stuff. Well,
they're going through a JV starting lineups. They do it right down here in Heyworth. It's a beautiful facility. Every year I'm down here, I get gym envy because it's a beautiful complex that Heyworth has put up down here, and it's quite fun to have a place to broadcast from up here in the top of the. We're literally right below the camera, but the camera that you're seeing on screen is zoomed in a little bit. So if you can picture bleachers on this side of the gymnasium that look like the ones on the far side of the gymnasium, we're all the way up at top, and they've got a little booth. Per se up here with the table, and it's not made for fat men, and so I'm a little tight. It's a little snug.
Who
swollen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
husky.
Husky.
Remember
what they used to call big and tall?
Husky pants.
Husky. It's like I don't even know why husky is a thing. That's a dog in my mind. Just say it what it is. Overweight. But we're here anyway.
Before picture. I say before picture.
That's right.
The before picture.
Pre-wedding.
Yes.
All right, Cyclones getting set out there to get things going. So JV game getting started now. No freshman game. JV, and it will be followed by the varsity game coming up right after. So 6 or 6:15 or so. So it's an early start tonight. So those of you who have tuned in, stick around because everything will happen pretty quickly. This evening, which means we all get home an hour earlier, which is very nice.
There's hope for us all.
Down here in Heyworth, just about 15 minutes south of Bloomington.
Yeah, it is just an incredible facility. I forgot that someone mentioned to me that they had done a lot of work here. Boy,
yep.
It is evident.
It's beautiful. Love this gym, and they're always so accommodating.
Well, Dan, this is one thing I know for sure. We are due.
Yes.
We are due.
Both squads, JV and varsity, would love to get a win here tonight. So we'll see what happens. Heyworth returns right off the bat, near side. Bowman, I guess it is, reaches back over. Nice dig in the back row by Riley, and that one falls. And the first point of set number 1 goes to the Hornets. So I was not able in this shot to get the scoreboard in. Scoreboard's to the left over here. 2-0 Hornets on that ace. So I'll try to keep you posted. One of us will.
They seem almost anti-twirly gig.
It's like it's almost like it has not won them anything, and so or they have not taken my threats seriously.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant Heyworth just served up an ace, and they just walked up just.
No, it's just kind of a team hug. We'll call it. Heyworth, the JV squad, they're big and tall, and they're gonna be a force to be reckoned with here. And the Cyclones are just gonna have to try not to let this one get out of hand early. And so I know it's a little bit different here that we're starting this early, but it takes a little bit of adjustment. And you can see, here's the thing. We as humans and as athletes, we're people of habit and routine.
Yep.
And starting these games a little bit earlier. That's why Saturday games are a little bit off, playing in the morning rather than the night.
Yeah.
It's just it's tough. It throws you off.
Yep.
Here's Ballman bumping this one over. It's 4-0 Heyworth. Heyworth fires deep the back row, and that one's going to fall just in front of Reagan Ibaka. 5-0 Heyworth.
Well, you've talked at home about how these Monday night games are just kind of an awkward thing because you're
Monday
coming
nights
off the
are hard.
weekend,
Yep.
and these girls have been at school all day. And
Mondays are, in my opinion, as bad as Saturday morning games. And that is not just saying, there's a good point, Laney Smith out over the outstretched arms of the blockers. It's not just because it's not just volleyball. It is basketball. It is soccer. Monday night games are just tougher, for some reason. Set up in the middle, big swing, dug back out by Bauman. Mountjoy near side. Here's Bowles. She fires back over. And Libero sets up. Outside number 10, cranks back row. This one's stuck up in the air. And Mountjoy just unable to get under it, but a nice effort there by Ibaka to try to pancake it.
Yeah, coach didn't. It was a pretty quick huddle on Saturday after the last game, and so I'm sure he just told the girls, "Hey, go home, rest, sleep, hydrate." But I'm hoping, the girls feel like they could regroup here. And on the varsity side, I know a lot of the girls that are on the court are playing varsity ball, right? So
yep,
4 of them, or excuse me, not what, 3 or 4 of them on the court right now.
Well, and here's the thing too. This is a group that is growing. They're young, but they've been with coach now for a couple of years, and he's been working actually probably with these girls since they were in 5th grade. This one bumped over, back row, brought back up, tied against the net, set in the middle, tipped over. Nice play by Cording just to keep that alive. 2-hand touch deep. That one goes out of bounds, and it will come back over to the Cyclones. 6-3 the score. Heyworth leads by 3 here in set number 1. I'm going to go full screen here, I think. Yep, there we go.
Well, we can't really tell how we're off yet. I mean, I know we're off.
Yeah.
And we're off, but the girls,
Totally.
I'm not sure where they're at. I feel like they're still getting set up.
Yeah, and it's here's the thing. It is timeout on the court. It's tough, okay, because there's always been that for the last few years, there's always been, at least 2 players that have really been the glue that keeps that group together, even when you're having a bad night. And that in the last couple of years, it's probably been, in high school, a Carson Witt and a Lizzie, and Lizzie Hennard, and those 2 were really kind of the glue that made everything happen. If you needed a spark, they would deliver it, and then all of a sudden that would lift the girls up. We've got talent, but I don't think we have that glue person yet. That person that will step up in the times, that will rally the troops. It's tough.
Yeah, I'm also curious about just watching the JV or the JV girls play together. They're getting, again, extra time together. So you've got Bowles and Cording and Hughes and Audrey Young and Laney. You got really just a whole cast of folks who we talked about. The actual varsity only players on our roster, was it 5 girls only playing varsity?
Yep.
And so I think you're right. It's like I think you want to see the juniors and seniors really step up and say, hey, we're gonna lead the team and we're gonna kind of forge our way forward. But at the same time, they've got to rely on these younger players to be able to step in, and that takes some trust. I can get that. I can understand how it would be difficult for a varsity player. Right now, you've got some freshmen, sophomores getting a lot of playing time, and I can imagine that being difficult when it comes to you want to go to who you know is going to deliver. You know, if I'm on the court, you know, I know I can set Leah, I know I can set Lizzie, I know I can set Allie. You know, if the list goes on. But for the younger players, it's like, okay, we really got to instill some trust in them, because that's going to help them perform better and learn how to, you know, obviously be a better part of the team.
Well, and I'm a big Audrey Young fan. I'm watching her out here, and she does so many things right. And then I'm watching players around her, and a lot of these players are doing the right thing. It's a matter of getting to those positions just a half a second sooner.
Yeah.
You know, reacting just a half a second. And that's the kind of stuff that will come, because, you know, when you're half a second late, instead of your arms being this way, your arms are this way.
That's right.
And that's all it takes. You know, that's all it takes.
So, well, when you talk about getting the little things, that's what I think. I hear that. I hear, you know, just these little fundamental things that, to your point, you know, if they're just off by a little bit, you know, we need the girls to get to a point where they can sense that before it happens, right?
Yep.
I think that's only experience is going to give you that.
Wow. Oh, a nice little play. 3 digs off the net, and it kept it in play. This one tipped to the net, brought back up in the air. Young sets up, far side, Mountjoy blocked at the net, and she brings it back. Here's Young again, back to Mountjoy, top of the net. She's not able to shove it across, and it will be 11-5 Hornets here on top in set 1.
Now, I really liked what I just saw right at the net. You know, Riley, that ball goes in the net. She's like, you know what? Give me a second here. Let me pull this back. Let me not try to force a play over the net. Let me bring it back, get it back to my setter. You know, Audrey did a good job of getting that right back to her. But I like that. That's starting to show a little bit more maturity than earlier in the season, where we're just kind of batting the ball over the net every time. So that was nice to see that play.
12-5 Hornets on top. And a nice serve by that back row. This one over in one. Smacked down but out of bounds. It will come back to the Cyclones. So Cyclones here really with only 2 or 3 earned points, I'm going to say, in set number 1. The other points that they've gotten have really been errors or hit out of bounds by Heyworth. 12-6. Ibaka floats this one over. Set back up. Big crank in the middle. And that one off Ibaka's arms and out of bounds. So it will go back over to Heyworth. Still 13-6.
Hey, I want to give a shout to Christy Bauman, Zoe's mom. So she had sent me, and I can go through it as time allows, but she actually sent me some information on that whole like double tap, that 2-hand, 2-hit call from the weekend. I was grateful, Christy. Thank you. If you hear this, thanks for sharing some of those resources. I was reading through that. It's very interesting how many different ways you can actually get that call. We can kind of talk through that as the game goes on. But
you know, and here's the thing. That I hate to say it, but that's probably, of all the calls that are made in volleyball, that's probably the most subjective. You know, it is totally on the eye of the official.
Yes.
You know, and sometimes I question, you know, it says poor body position, ball coming out spinning oddly. I doubt the official is really standing there looking at how the ball is spinning, per se.
Well, you know, the other thing to keep in mind about this too is, so, you know, Chrissy sent me a few different ways that you can actually double hit, and there's 4 different ways that they define it, and all 4 of them, even in their descriptions, require you to come to a specific conclusion that is subjective. So the first one, uneven hands. Well, what does uneven mean?
Right.
The second one is ball comes out spinning oddly, like you said. Well, what the heck is oddly?
Yeah.
Number 3, catching or holding the ball too long. So what is too long?
Well, we see that a lot one-handed when they're dunking over the net. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah.
And then what was the last one?
Last one is poor body position.
That's the one that gets me. I don't care what the body position is, as long as the ball goes over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it says if the setter isn't square to their target. Well, okay. To what degree?
Yeah, right.
If they're at 89, if they're 1 degree off, what are we talking about here? So, but I will say, in the same breath, that makes officials' job even that much harder. So, you know, you got to give them credit. They're out there trying to do the best that they can. Just
no,
like
we don't give officials credit. Don't do it.
don't
Unless
fall it.
Only if it's in our favor do we give them credit.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Learning my lesson here.
14-9. Cyclones trying to claw back into this one. Down by 5 here in set number 1. And Zoe Bauman back to serve. Nice serve by Bauman. Set up at the net. This one's short, and she just flat out missed it. That was a strikeout in baseball.
Yep. Well, she kind of came back off of it. She knew. I think she knew she was going to miss before she followed through.
Cyclones have got themselves back within 4. And Bauman back into it. Set up near side. This one hit cross court. Dug out by Mountjoy. Here's Ibaka. This one going the wrong way, so free ball coming for Heyworth. Set back up in the middle. Big swing. She wasn't going to miss that one. She says, I want it back, and I will hit a home run, which she did.
Yeah, give Laney a lot of credit, though. She had 3 or 4 really good blocks over the weekend. And I think I mentioned then, I'll say it again, that she just goes, once again, proves to us that you don't have to be 6 foot tall to be a good blocker up front.
Emmy Jeffrey into the game here. That back row. Set up far side. Number 4 turns, hits it deep. Ibaka brings it up to Mountjoy. Back set courting. That one tipped and goes down. Cyclones get it back and are within 4, 15-11.
Next time Coach gets us some stats, I want to take a look at Evie's. I want to take a look at her success rate, right? Because it just seems like she fares well. She doesn't collaborate all the time, but she seems like she fares about as well as anybody else.
She is one of the nicest girls you'll ever meet, too.
Yeah?
Yeah, she's awesome.
That doesn't surprise me.
Now they're going to call a lift on that. And, that was questionable. It came down from, right in front of your head, and you just kind of shoved it. Are you handing out cash? Is that what we're doing here?
No.
Got like a wad of bills in front of you, and you just...
No, I just...
You want me to organize them for you?
I wanted to figure out how much popcorn I could buy.
Stick around. At the end, they usually give it to us free.
There you go.
17-11. So stretched back out here as the Cyclones had it down to 4, and it's back out to a 6-point lead. Heyworth back with it. Back row. This one over in 1. Back up in the air. Set far side. Here comes 4. Tied against net. Blocked. They're going to dig it out, though. Heyworth back. Big crank. Let it go out of bounds.
There we go.
Cyclones will get it back 17-12.
There we go. Like to see a good, strong play up front like that. I think that was Evie's hand on that first one. But Ava was good to pop back over for that second kill attempt just to make sure they knew she was there.
Audrey Young back to serve. Floated over. Tied against the net. Set up. That one just tipped over. And their middle saw that hole up front and knew that she had about 6 feet in front of Mountjoy and gently just tapped it over.
Yep. Number 1, Lauren Streens, if I'm saying her name right. Pretty smart heads up play there.
Yep. Near side, this one. Oh, Bulls. I have not seen her crank like she did in, that one game. We saw her have some just amazing
she did.
downhill hits, I'm going to call them, and she's not been set that way, and I'm wondering, she's been nursing an ankle, and so I see a brace on that ankle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if that doesn't have something to do with it as well.
Yeah, that's a good call-up. I know we're setting far side quite a bit tonight. So,
that one tipped, brought back up by Heyworth, 19-12 off the hands of Young, and it will be 20-12. It's out to an 8-point lead for Heyworth.
I would mention to you and to our beloved listeners, I did find one piece of hardware that is lacking in our
What's
our
that?
home and our.
Well, I could tell you. You want?
Well, you've got like 50 things.
Replay knob. I would like a Keep going. What do you got?
I was almost cold. All tournament. I was almost cold.
You do run probably cold-blooded though, right?
I do.
Okay.
But I had a fan running all day.
So you weren't cold. You were hot.
No, I mean I was literally like I got almost chilly, almost turned the fan on.
So where'd you get the fan from?
Brought it with me from home.
So why didn't you just reach over and shut it off when you got cold?
Well, I did at one point. I'm just saying that's what's missing in the setup.
Is a fan.
Is a fan.
Is a fan.
I mean, other than those that are listening, waka waka waka.
Ah ha ha! I love what you did there.
Hey, I'm here all week. Try the veal. Sorry.
I love it. Try the veal.
Be sure to tip your waitress. Just don't tip her all the way over. Sadly, folks, when you have when you have, I'll say, nursed a music career where you actually heard those things uttered. It's
on stage.
It is humbling.
Yeah,
it's humbling.
Yep. I'll never forget. I was out on tour. Natalie Grant. You know Natalie Grant? I was out on tour with
Heard
Natalie
the name.
Grant.
Just kidding.
And she was on after a show one night. We went in and went to a Bob Carlisle took us out to a crawfish place. We were in Louisiana.
Wait, Bob Carlisle?
Yeah, Bob Carlisle. Butterfly Kisses, Bob Carlisle.
Yeah.
And so Natalie hated seafood, so Natalie stayed on the bus. The rest of us all went in. There were 7, 8 of us, 9 of us on the bus, and we all had crawfish. And I had this, I'll never forget, like this trash can lid mounted full of crawfish. It was great. But afterwards, Natalie had asked me. She said, "Would you bring me a piece of pie of some sort for dessert?" I said, "Sure, I'm happy to do that." And at this point in time, I'm probably 19, 20, maybe. Maybe I'm 21. I don't remember. And after the event, I got this crazy thing in my. She hates seafood. She's scared of it. All right, where are we at? Crawfish. They got to have some live ones around there, right? So I had them put 2 live crawfish in a in what they would put a piece of pie in, and then I got a piece of pie for her too, and I took it out and on there. She was sitting on the couch on the bus, and I handed it to her, and she opened it up. She screamed and threw that thing across the bus. There's live crawfish now crawling around on the seat. And she ran into the back of the bus. She did not come out. I ate her pie. She didn't come out. She was that angry.
No.
It was hilarious. It was so funny.
Were you allowed passage to the next city? Because sometimes,
Yeah, so, no, the thing, in the back of the bus, we weren't allowed. That was artists only. It was,
those people.
Oh, yeah. That was Bob's sanctuary back there in the back of the bus. Some of the buses had hot tubs in the back. Ours did not. Ours had just a couch and a TV. That'll do it. 25-16, set number 1. We'll go to Heyworth here in the JV game.
Yeah, a few things I saw were just. I think we got a good start, but I just feel like I don't know. I don't feel like a lot of sense of urgency here. From the team so far. I don't feel them just really going after it.
It's Monday. It's a Monday game. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, you watch these for 6-7 years, and you realize for some reason, I don't care what team it is, we never play as well on Monday nights. We just don't. Yeah. No excuses. You should be able to. But here's the thing. Maybe it's I know for me. Mm-hmm. Mondays are a challenge. Why? Because I think a lot goes on Monday, but really I think it's because I'm so relaxed from being relaxed on the weekend that it takes me a while to switch that, make that switch in my brain that says, all right, it's time to go. Yeah, I think it's the same thing down here. It just takes time. So, what I'm really hoping for is that these varsity girls sitting down there in the front are doing what it takes to flip that switch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is a big part of this. It's like you said on a Monday. It's almost like you have to combat that. You have to just call it out and say, okay, I recognize this is something I'm going to have to deal with. If I really want to bring my best to the game, I want to support my teammates. I got to just shake that off. To me, I feel like that's 70-80% mental. There's a physical, like you got to actually do the things. And, but I feel like that can be a mindset shift that some people have to make. Just same as kind of people that want to play sports because they enjoy being around their friends. They want to be social. They want to enjoy. They want to learn the sport, but they're not necessarily like their number one priorities. Man, I want to win games.
Yeah, right.
And so,
right.
They have to kind of find a way to flip a switch in their brain of like, okay, I got to go and do the things and be aggressive. And
I got to do all the stuff.
Do the things. Well, and so for some people that intensity comes very naturally. Thinking about our soccer team, and we've talked about Emily and Leah, but some other girls on the team that, like, man, there was no switch to flip. They are just like Violet Gerber. Hey, Violet, if you're listening, Violet Gerber is just super intense.
She's an animal, man.
I
mean that in the nicest way possible.
I said something to her. I don't remember if it was like right after the season. I think we're team went and got ice cream. We're just kind of hanging out or doing something. I said, hey, I said, I think I made a little joke to some of the teammates that I said I wouldn't want to meet you in a dark alley if you were mad at me or something. And I said, I hope you take that as high praise, that like you're really tough athlete.
You know who else on your team that was like that too? That I thought was the sweetest thing in the world. And then I saw her play soccer, and I realized she is an animal. You know who that was? Kate Stickling.
Yeah,
Kate Stickling.
Yeah, Kate will unleash.
It's unreal watching her play.
She will unleash. Well, and she did a good job of trying to check her attitude. There were a couple of games where a couple of players were just coming after her, and I said, listen, hey, they're almost never.
If you're gonna take them out, no blood type thing, right?
Well, just be smart, right? Like I told her. Well, no, hopefully there was no blood. But I said they rarely catch the first person. It's the retaliation.
It is the retaliation.
Every time. And she actually, I was proud. She didn't get into any. Fisticuffs or anything like that that I'm aware of. I didn't see any.
Here we go. Set number 2 underway. Heyworth giving serve. 0-0. Bumped over. Free ball coming. Set up. Watch in the middle. Watch out. That one tipped. And will stay in bounds. And so the first point of set 2 goes to the Hornets.
Yeah, that's 2 of those we've seen now. Someone if she's telling coach, or coach is telling them, Kate, we got to make sure we're staying on our front line. We got to keep spread out so we're covering the entire front there. They're going to sneak it over there time and time again unless we're covering.
Lainey Smith, nice little cross-court kill.
I feel like I use a mute button every 20 seconds.
It's you just got to you get used to these things and you just say, I'm just going to go with it. It is what it is.
I'm fidgety today. I don't know if that's a Monday thing.
Do you have one of those fidget spinners at home?
I do.
Do you? Yeah.
I do.
My Allie's that type of person too, and she's got to be constantly, squishing, those little foam balls or whatever. And tipped at the net. That one tried to be rebounded by Bowles.
Yeah, me and Micah will. We like to invent games. Little games we could play. Like we have one we play in the basement. We're about 10, 12 feet apart. It's almost like volleyball, but there's no net, and instead of a volleyball, it's a balloon.
It's almost like volleyball, except
but there's no
net, no volley, no ball.
But everything else is exactly the same.
Everything else. No court either, probably.
No
court, yeah.
No.
So everything else than that.
Everything else is like literally a spot-on reproduction.
No other teammates, though, right?
Right.
Just you two?
Right. It's not, there's not 6 players.
Yeah, so, other than that, though, just like
and we don't play on a volleyball court.
No volleyball court.
I think those are the only things.
All right. Well, that makes sense. What do you do with the balloon?
Well, you have to get it to touch the ground on the other side.
Okay.
So it's in that sense it is like
volleyball, yeah.
But if you think about how much time you can spend tracking down a balloon, not a helium balloon, just regular.
Are you allowed to spike it or?
Yes.
Okay.
But we started using our hands and we realized, that's too easy. That looked on the line.
That was out.
So we so now instead of hitting with our hands, we use pool noodles.
Ah, okay.
And so the game
pool noodles are like the world's most utilitarian tool. You can use them for anything.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But they are worthless in the pool. I mean, they really are.
Yeah.
So what do you use pool noodles for? Well, I put them around fence posts, lightsabers.
I love how you said put them on a fence post.
No,
like
you're
responsible.
You're thinking beating people with them. Yeah,
like lightsaber. I heard the sound in my brain too. Yeah. Micah named the sport, and I'm proud of him. The game is called Orb Smash.
Orb Smash.
Orb Smash. So it's basically like a 10 by 10 court, and there's a middle line, and first person to hit the ground.
How tall are your ceiling? 8 foot, 9 foot ceilings.
8
foot ceilings. So there's no jumping and swapping because you'll hit the ceiling if you jump and hit.
Yep.
All right.
I actually think we went from 1 to 2 pool noodles each, so we had a whole thing.
So you've got double saber. So you've got a saber in both hands. 6-3, by the way. Hornets lead here.
And volleyball.
And volleyball.
Sorry,
that's all right. I was just trying to make sure people kept. I wish I had a score ticker on here. I don't. It would take me concentrating to do that. I can't walk and chew gum at the same time. Just missed it. 7-3. And we look a little sluggish. We look sluggish tonight.
Yeah. Well, but I haven't. Maybe I need to watch a few more points here, but I don't know what you think. I don't know if I would tell you in that first set, though, Dan, that we were completely outmatched. I don't know.
And here's the thing. There have been teams that we have watched. Specifically, I'm going to say the team that we played down in Decatur Unity from Decatur MacArthur was probably the team of the best athletes that we're going to see all year, and we beat them. Why was that? They are not well put together. And, I think that is just a matter of time until Coach figures out how this team is best going to go together.
Yeah.
And trust me, as a coach, it takes time to learn the ins and outs and the ups and downs of all these players, especially when you're playing different positions. So I think that is one of the reasons why you see Coach making so many roster shifts and changes from night to night, is he's still working to find that best match of who's going to play the best position, who's going to do the best. We need to put people in a position where they can succeed.
Yep, that's right.
And I think, we're still in that phase. I really do. And here's the thing, too. You can say, well, that Ava plays fantastic in the middle up front. That's great, but when Ava moves one position, does she play at that same level? Same thing with, Audrey Young. She serves great, and, I've seen Coach at a couple of times, put her back there to serve and but when she makes that rotation, sometimes they subs her out right away.
Yeah.
And so he's trying to feel out, where's that winning combo going to be? And it takes time.
Yeah.
Because, again, one night you might have a girl that's playing fantastic, and the next night you're off. Well, you also need to learn these girls and their how that works for them. How many nights in a row are you going to be off, and how many nights are you going to be on?
Yeah.
It's a process.
That's right. I agree with that totally. Speaking of which, what I've noticed here so far, Dan, like we're just really not attacking the other team. Like,
no,
there's a lot of bumps over the net, and
we're treading water is what it feels like.
Yeah, and Heyworth has done a better job so far of setting up their hitters and actually getting in system. I think we just kind of we're just kind of, what is the word you used before? We're just kind of
lackadaisical.
Whatever that was, it was right. It was the right term.
I've used it once and then it's gone.
Well, this is about the time where we need to start to kick it into the next gear here.
11-7, Heyworth on top by 4. And Reagan Ibaka comes into the game, and she will serve.
See, even Reagan. Normally Reagan will just clobber that ball a few times before she serves.
And then another missed swing in the middle, and that is not a knock on the middle. All that is right there is that is a communication thing and a learning thing between the setter and the middle. It's one of the hardest sets from what my daughter tells me to do, because you have to be in such sync with the middle to make that set so it's timed out perfect, because it's such a short set.
Well, it's a short set, so the ball's not going to get as much elevation before you got to strike it as the hitter. It's also coming from a short distance.
Yep.
So your reaction time to even get all that set up is very, very quick. And so, I think those are very hard to coordinate for sure.
12-8, Heyworth up on top by 4 here in set number 2. They already lead 1-0. And should be a free ball coming now for the Cyclones. Bowl up in the air. Here's Young, back set. Mountjoy, two-hand touch. Played, and Heyworth going to go for the back row swing. Bowles, nice return up to Young. And this one bumped over by Ibaka. Free ball coming for Heyworth. Watch out, set up in the middle. And again, it was just a little high. But that one, the middle was able to adjust and try to go for that back corner. And Ibaka frustrated with that right there. Thought maybe she could have stabbed it, but hey, shake it off. Do it again. 13-8. Heyworth up by 5 now.
Nelson doesn't really help us out. If you notice, they've got a really balanced. Like they've actually set up their back line more than I can remember other teams doing so, and they've had success with it. And so when you're actually able to set up both the front and the back lines for kill attempts, and we're just kind of still bumping over the net. If I'm being honest with you, I'm actually pretty happy. It's only 14-8. So far in the second.
We have not had that level of attack. That Heyworth has put on here.
That's the word. Isn't it? It's like you got to start to attack the other team.
Yeah. I mean, you've got to be aggressive. When I say aggressive, it's a constant movement forward and back and forward and back. And nice block there by the girls. Tag team up in the middle between Bauman and Smith.
The last point, good exchange back and forth. But the one thing I would say was, when we need to start setting the front at the front and give them a real chance to get up at the net. I'm not sure if we're a little tentative about that, but I haven't seen a lot of sets that are right up front. They're mostly just maybe midway through, or I'm kind of actually wondering if how intentional that is.
Yeah, I'm not for sure. I don't. Substitutions coming in here for Heyworth. 15-9. They get that back. And number 5 back to serve for the Hornets. And, Net Monster played it. Mountjoy back up in the air. Smith has to adjust, hits cross court. And if there has been one person that's been more aggressive up on that front line, it's been Lainey Smith tonight.
100%.
Plays it well.
I feel like every time she touched the ball, we've ended up with a point.
Right.
Seems like on a block or a kill. So. Wow, cross court.
So that one will come over to the Cyclones, makes it 15-11, so back within 4, kind of like we were in set number 1.
And this, but again, very much, in my opinion, we've had a few good plays, but still, I think Heyworth is kind of self-inflicting too here.
Bauman, who gave us that point run in set number 1. The Cyclones now within 3, and she's doing it again. Zoe is here with her arm, and listen, her serve is a good serve. I mean, it's not like it's a laser beam, but she's just consistent with it, and it just glides over the top of the net. It's not an arch. So the team really has to, it takes some time to really adjust to that type of serve when it's not arched. A 4-foot arch is way different than what she's doing. She's putting it right over the top edge of that net.
Boy, I tell you, if I'm the coach, though, I'm still looking. I'm going to favor consistency over power to start with, right? The power will come.
Cyclones are now within 1, 15-14. And this is the closest they've been since 1-0.
Well, I've said before the game started, we're due.
Yeah.
I really hope that the girls start to kick this up, because I feel they're starting to feel a momentum shift, and a lot of credit to Zoe. She's the one that's really carrying a lot of this from the serving line.
In with the twirly gig, Zoe Bauman, and carry it home. Zoe, if you watch this back, very proud of you for getting the twirly gig. It's been well done. Well done indeed.
Well done indeed. But yeah, this is hopefully the bit of a shot in the arm we need.
Hang on a second. I've got to talk to Kayla here. I want to tell you, Kayla Fisher, I was out in the field, and I found this set of keys out in the field, in the middle of the field somewhere, and I heard you found them, so at least I can make a joke about it, but I am. Sarah told me. Yeah. I know. That would have been, I can't believe you found them. Where'd you find them? Seriously. So you're just driving slow looking for them, and that's awesome. Well, at least you found them. That's great. That saved you $500 by the time you pay for a tow and a new key. Yeah. Good deal. You bet. So Kayla Fisher, can I tell the story, Kayla? All right. So Kayla Fisher, my wife was telling me on the way back from the tournament.
Yep.
She drove up to the tournament, brought Maddie up to the tournament, and realized when she got there that her car keys, because everything's push button start now, right?
Yes.
She unlocked it, was putting stuff in her car, and left her car keys on the top of her car.
Yikes.
Drove all the way to Minunk.
Oh.
And then shut her car off and realized, I can't find my, oh my, I left the car keys on the top. So long story short, she got a ride back. Was kind of frustrated, as anybody would be, myself included. Going to have this towed, new key cut. It's just unnecessary expense.
Yes.
She miraculously found the keys alongside the road.
No kidding.
Yep.
Wow.
And was able to avoid all that expense. So.
Well, it could have been a much worse turnout, but still, just having to catch a ride. And
yep.
There's got to be something you can do with, like, AirTag. I've got AirTag on my...
I do, too.
On my keychain, but I wonder if you could do some sort of thing where, like, I don't know. Can you have something where 2 AirTags will alert you if they're more than 20 feet away from each other?
That'd be a great idea, wouldn't it?
Because you have an AirTag in the van, then an AirTag on your keys, and then if they're separated, then you know. Like, hey, don't leave town yet.
I'm still here. 17-16. Speaking of still being around, the Cyclones are still here. 17-16. And a great serve by Laney Smith. Far side, here's 4. Cranks blocked, and that one will come down. It's back over to the Heyworth Hornets on the side out, 18-16.
Yeah, I would have liked to see them just get a little closer to the net on that.
Yeah. Hornets lead 1-0. They lead here in set number 2 by 2. And make it by 1. Side out back over to the Cyclones, 18-17. And if you're just joining us, it's a JV match and then a varsity match. It is early tonight. Varsity's going to start around 6:15. And if we get done here in the next, unless the Cyclones can pull this out, varsity match could start closer to 6 o'clock.
Wow. Nice serve by Audrey.
Back corner inbounds.
Really hoping we'd keep that serve.
Yep, me too. 19-17. Heyworth back with it. Puts it back row. Brought back up by Jeffrey. Young backs it over, and Mountjoy gives it a crank. Heyworth from the back row. 10. Big stop. And Laney Smith trying to keep it alive. Heave-ho! Not going to happen. Out of bounds. And it's 20-17. Back to a 3-point Hornet lead here in set 2.
Yeah, just needed to redirect that a little bit more squarely to the court, but good effort.
Did you happen to continue the trend of spouse cam? Even with no, we didn't have movable cameras.
No.
So, did you get her talked into doing a broadcast with you, or not?
No.
Okay.
Although I think she probably would have if I would have persisted. But Sean did a great job coming over.
It was a lot of fun to listen to him too.
Yeah, he had a nice time talking. I haven't gotten a chance to talk with him just in general. It's nice to get to know him better. And
nice big dunk up on the front row by your daughter and Mountjoy. I call it a dunk. It was a nice block, but she dunked it. 2019, Cyclones back within 1. Can they even it out behind Bowles? Out of bounds. 21-19. Maybe that's something you can use when you're talking to your wife. We would condense spouse cam time to maybe only a 3 or 4 second shot if she would do broadcast.
Ah. Okay.
And she'll come back and she'll say, well, I'll tell you what, how about we just don't do spouse cam and I'll do a broadcast? And that would be okay.
That would be okay.
Yeah. Nice big heave-ho! Inbounds, but out of bounds. In the upright, but out of bounds when it landed. 22-19. Cyclones were within 1. Back to a 3-point game here by Heyworth.
I feel like Mackenzie's going to fall over laughing over there. I'm not sure what's so funny about that, but she's still got a smile on her face.
Oh, and number 5 wanted to smack that down a throat, and it didn't work. Cyclones get it back, and Reagan Ibaka rolls in to serve.
Oops. All right, Reagan, we need a little bit of help here. We need more than a twofer, I think.
22-20. Back up tight against the net, make it 22-21. An ace for Ibaka. She does a. I don't have words.
I think that was like a.
That was an incredibly well done hoedown.
Yeah.
I that was amazing. I get another ace, please, so we can all watch it.
Dan is speechless.
I am speechless on that. That dunk back row. Ibaka brings it back. Here's Young, far side. Mountjoy, Two-hand touch blocked over. They need to get it over. They do. Brought back up. Here come the Hornets in the middle. Tipped it back over, dug out by Young. Ibaka back with it. Mountjoy retreats, fires deep. The barrel brings it up. Set far side. 10 reaches back, pounds it back in the back corner. And Ibaka back with it. Mountjoy one more time. Back row. Nice stab by the libero. Set far side. 10. Tips over the top. Found the gap. And puts it down. That means no more Ibaka hoedown. But the first one was well done. We should watch it on repeat. I will do it tonight.
Yeah, Heyworth had a really good sequence up there. Their setter's doing a good job.
Yeah,
They're going
she
far
is.
side quite a bit, but she's putting the ball right in the right spot for them to generate some good offense off that far side hitter.
This one tipped at the net, so the Cyclones will get the point. 23-22. Back within one. They tied it at 15. And then it's kind of been back and forth since then. Here's Mountjoy. Back up far side, 10. Loads, fires, dug out by Bowles. Mountjoy set near side. Ballman fires cross court. Set up. Back row comes up swinging. Bowles again. Up to Mountjoy. Back set courting. Cross court. Might have been out of bounds, but Heyworth played it. Here's 10 again. Fires tipped. That one dug out and popped over. What a nice play by the Cyclones. Two-hand dump. They weren't ready for it. I wasn't ready for it either. I didn't see it coming.
Nope.
And it will be match point coming for the Hornets.
Well, it's a little late in the game, literally, Dan, but yeah, I'm starting to see the Cyclones play much more in system, much more organized play here.
Yep. Well, that'll do it right there. But if they would have had that same intensity in the second half of set 2, in the first set, may have seen something different. And that may just be me. No. But I noticed a little bit waking up.
Yeah. Yeah, beat me to it. I was going to make this comment of what we just saw at the end of the set 2. I mean, all these things about it's Monday and,
Yep.
I think you got to set that aside and say, ladies, like, we got to come out guns blazing right out the gate. We cannot wait. And so I think that is a symptom of a team that is still trying to find its own way,
yep.
But it's also very, honestly, not only just susceptible to playing to their opponent, but almost dependent on it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, that's, to me, a big part of the next evolution, the next kind of phase for JV. I think they're playing solid volleyball, and I think a lot of that, you can attribute to the hard work that, some of these girls are doing playing on both JV and varsity, but also all the JV players. They're putting in the time and the effort, and everybody contributes. But I think the next evolution of JV then is Dan, out the gate. Point number 1, they've got to play just
yep.
like they did at the very end to set themselves up for success.
Well, here comes Heyworth. Cyclones out there warming up. We're going to have about a 16-minute break, and this one should get underway right around 6 o'clock. We're going to take a couple-minute break as well. I smell bratwurst out in the front lobby, and we're going to go get one, I think. We'll see. Talk to you guys here in a couple. Cyclone Volleyball live from Heyworth High School down in, well, Heyworth. That's why it's Heyworth High School. I don't know why I had to say that, but I did. Sometimes we're not, yeah, anyway, I won't even go into that. Beautiful gymnasium down here at Heyworth. We are glad to be with you tonight. Dan Kinsinger alongside Mr. Eric Hughes. And these Cyclone girls are, they're hungry. And a victory would go a long, long way. Good evening, everybody, and welcome down here. Thanks for tuning in. The scene is set. It's an early start tonight. I'm not for sure why. Didn't ask, didn't care. Means actually we get home a little earlier tonight, and I'm okay with that. It's Monday, and as we saw in the JV game, Heyworth victors in 2 straight sets. It took some time to get going for those girls. There was, a fire there that really only came to life in set number 2. And we'll see if the varsity squad can get lit up here maybe a little bit faster. We're about 12 minutes away from the start of this one. Eric Hughes is down at the food booth. He sent me a picture of the menu. I am getting a couple White Castle sliders. I think that's an amazing thing that every school should offer. White Castle. I was up in Bradley Bourbonnais. It's probably been about 3 weeks ago now. That was longer than that, a month or so ago. My daughter up there at Olivet, and we had the opportunity to go get something for lunch. And right next to Panera, where everybody wanted to go, was White Castle. It's the it's the food that made America. I don't even know if it's real beef, but man, is it good. Whole family. I was all excited. They want to go to White Castle. No, they don't. Panera. That's where they wanted to go. Found myself eating at White Castle by myself, and went in there, and I was like second in line. White Castle sliders were freshly made, being freshly made, and they've got, instead of just the standard White Castles now, I know you're tuned in, you're watching volleyball, but you're going to listen to this anyway. Instead of standard White Castles, they were going to make they've got all sorts of different ones you can get them with onions and tomato and lettuce now. It's just like a normal burger. So I had to order a couple of those along with your classic grease bombs. And standing there waiting, and it took a while. It took a while, and all of a sudden I get a text from my wife next door saying, "Hey, we are all done." So I left my White Castles. I was not going to transport those things home. They would have been, I don't know, if you can picture a wet sponge, that would have been the bun by the time we get home. I didn't get to enjoy them. I'm sure these are frozen microwaved ones that you buy at Sam's Club, but that's okay with me. Meanwhile, volleyball here in Heyworth, we are about 9 minutes away from getting this one started. Glad to be back here with you, and thank you to Eric Hughes and Sean Bowles filling the gap last Saturday. And he's bringing sliders back, and this is the thing. We're sharing these, right, man? Oh, that's right. You're not. Yeah. So, all right. No, I don't care. I'm not picky. Bigger question: do you have my card? Just throw it. Just throw it. It goes down underneath the bleachers. Hey, thank you for grabbing them. I've got. Here's what we do. We did this down at tournament. Y'all get to listen. Oh, does this have cheese on it? No. Yeah, it does. It's a White Castle frozen cheeseburger. Here we go.
It's just really that's what joy was really.
Oh, it's heavenly. It's amazing. If you've never had White Castle and you simply don't like it Chadwitt, did you put one burger on each finger to make some, let's see, what did he say? Hamburger kebabs?
Like little
Like ring finger type thing, you know?
little meat puppets on your hand.
If you've never had White Castle, you're not allowed to say that's disgusting
They smell good.
until you've actually had them. They're fantastic. Frozen or not, you're just turned off because it's White Castle and it has a bad name. It shouldn't.
It shouldn't.
I mean, it's onion juice, man. So good.
You're saying all the right words.
Oh, so good.
Well, those, yeah, so here at Heyworth, you can pick up, they got orange leaf out there. They've got,
They got orange leaf,
they
too?
got orange leaf. They got sliders from White Castle. It's a veritable cornucopia.
If I wasn't doing broadcasting, that's what I would do. I would set up this smorgasbord for home games. You know, we'd have prime rib. You want a slice of prime rib? Sure. $32.
Stadium pricing. Yeah. It's interesting. I went to see the Fire with a buddy of mine, Chicago Fire, the MLS team, and I tell you what,
Great TV show too, by the way.
yeah, absolutely right. Unrelated, but yes. But I tell you what, you could just, I mean, as you walked around, because they play at Soldier, you could just, I mean, they had everything. They had everything you could possibly want to eat.
I mean, this is it's a treat. I mean, they've done it up right down here in Heyworth. They really have. Beautiful gymnasium, and White Castle, and ice cream. You know, even though Orange Leaf, I wouldn't count Orange Leaf as ice cream. I don't. I'm not a big.
It's froyo, right? Or no?
It's frozen yogurt.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not real ice cream. It's frozen yogurt.
Yeah.
And you know, here's the thing. I went in there a couple times when my kids were younger. You know, going to Orange Leaf was a treat. We lived over pretty close to Orange Leaf at that time, and that was a treat. And yeah, you guys are totally good. Absolutely, do your thing. So the girls are up here. Volleyball girls are up here, and they are going to. They got a spotlight up here, and they're going to spotlight. Oh, this is for us, right? Yeah, it's spotlight for us. When they introduce, it'll be the girls, but the spotlight will come back on you and I.
Oh, I don't know if I wouldn't do that.
I mean,
you could, but no, that's probably not what they're going to do.
It's not what they're going to do. I was really thinking that's what they would do.
How long is the train? You have to go through specialized training for this, I assume. Safety training, eye safety.
I'm actually concerned because I don't think it's in its cradle.
Oh, heavens.
Oh, I don't think that's where it's supposed to be.
I don't either. Do I intervene?
I think that needs to be lifted up and set back down. I will mute you as you bumble. There we go. There you go. Now it's. Is that? Oh, now it doesn't because you've been using it all wrong for all these years.
It's the little things.
It's the little things in life.
Can I take like a and like
Autograph it. Yeah.
Scratch my initials like I was here. You're like, yeah, but no, because if I say do that and then you do it, then I'm going to get in trouble for allowing it. It is very nice to be up here, though. This is a really nice vantage point.
You guys have White Castle, and that's amazing.
Have what?
White Castle.
Oh, yeah.
The burgers, the little sliders, they're amazing. You've never had White Castle, have you? No. Why? Because you instantly think in your mind, Fat Dad, when you hear White Castle, right? That's what it is, right?
Is this Sarah and Bailey we're talking with, or do I have the wrong names? Is this the wrong season, or what?
That's varsity.
Oh. Well, that's all I have. Okay.
JV.
That's my bad. I actually thought I was on JV. Now I got to pull your roster.
They
back
don't.
up.
Do they have a roster in there? No
They
roster.
don't. Always, isn't
All
it?
right.
This is Reagan, that's Libby.
Reagan and Livy.
Nice to meet you guys.
So Reagan and Liv, you're up here in the little broadcaster's little nest up here because we're gonna have a light show.
It's a spotlight show.
I was hoping that they're gonna be. I thought they were gonna come up to grab a hold of the spotlight and then hand us sparklers or something like crowd participation. I have not seen that happen quite yet. I'm holding out hope.
And I'm guessing that the spotlight will only be going on one side. It'll only be going to the Heyworth side.
Probably. I mean,
I would do that if I was at home too.
I mean, I would normally do that at home unless one of the opposing team's broadcasters just fixed the spotlight.
I know. I mean, that's the thing. You just saved Spotlight's life, man.
Then I might say, maybe I'll...
Actually, I was more concerned about your computer and that thing coming off. And
I am still concerned about that. So I'm going to put this here.
Chad Witt says, please don't ever refer to White Castle as amazing. You are better than that or extremely hungry.
You are better than that.
I'm sorry, Chad. Chad, you are very wrong here, man. And I will have to ask Laura Witt on this because I disagree. I highly disagree. White Castle is a fantastic little burger. It's awesome.
I feel like White Castle is very polarizing.
It
is. No one I've talked to is like, yeah, it's okay. It's either, oh my gosh, White Castle.
White Castle or
how dare
White
you.
Castle or you're better than that.
Yeah,
White Castle.
I'm never calling you
I'm
again.
Chad Witt.
Cancel my golf.
I only eat
game with you.
carrots. Come on, man.
I only eat carrots. Yeah. That's good stuff.
Oh.
Was that a nickname? Chad, I only eat carrots.
No, I just totally said that for no reason.
I just didn't know if you had a thing with carrots.
I don't know why I said that. Getting to know you.
Hey, do we have I trust you will share. If do we have any sort of a Wit watch? It's been a minute since we've.
I know we do. Chad, would you mind sending me some updates on how the tournament for Carson Witt went last weekend? I know you guys were there. I think then he went to the Notre Dame game. I think he caught the Notre Dame game on his way back. So. That's all right. That's okay. You don't have to talk. You've got popcorn in your mouth and greasy fingers.
I was trying not to grease up the board here. I got a couple napkins. Did I bring you a napkin? I probably didn't.
No, that's okay. I just have to look at this and play games down like this. During the broadcast, it's
we just. I recognize and completely support the fact that the idea of not having any cameras on us ever for any reason. But
it's a great move not to do.
There's a few times where it's like, it would help with the storytelling.
Well,
I'm making whatever silly sound.
Looks like it's got a tongue in there. Blah, 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 blah. I folded my plate in half and yeah. Anyway, elementary school. That's what I am.
Because I have my laptop here, and because I actually didn't use them, because I, for some reason, thought that I was going to be able to, but I obviously can't. Let me. I'm going to pull up this
stat sheet.
No. I'm gonna do one better. I think if it'll come up here. Hold on. Where is it? Hang on. I had a bunch of names that I'd come up with, and I wanted to get your take on how ridiculously cheesy these are. It's pretty bad.
I'll let you read what you typed.
There were a couple of good ones.
My.
So I really still like the Matty Liberio.
I
really do like that one.
I love it.
I do like that one.
Hey, we are going to pause and turn this up, let you listen to the national anthem and starting lineups. We'll be right back with you.
At this time, please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
right, and now we get set for the starting lineups, and we get to watch the Spotlight group here do their Spotlight thing.
What's that?
Now for tonight's starting lineups. First for the Cyclones.
It's going to be Cyclones first, and then the lights are going to go off.
I thought that was.
Oh, what we had talked about earlier?
Mackenzie Bowles.
Spotlight is up on the ceiling right now. You can't see it. We can. It's going to get dark in here in just a second.
Junior, number 21, Lizzie Rogers. Freshman, number 14, Lainey Smith.
So your Cyclone starters tonight: Maddie Berry, Lainey Smith, Lizzie Rogers, Ava Hughes, and Allie Kinzinger and Maddie Fisher.
Sophomore, number 2, Carissa Cook.
Lights out. This is what LED lights would do. I'm not for sure.
Junior, number 9, Sarah Barbard.
I do not know where Miss Leah Huffman is tonight.
Junior, number 11, Bailey Millett.
So they have a LED board here on the wall that
Senior, number 8, Lila Day.
has pictures of all the starters and names and stuff. It's very well done. Red spotlight going around, lots of fun.
The Spotlight's it's really the cherry on the top of
It
the
is.
thing.
It is squeaking a bit though. Needs some WD-40.
It does.
It does.
One more thing to pack out.
Senior, number 4, Taylor
Do they give you guys more playing time for doing this? No. I'd ask for
Do
it.
they give you free White Castles? If so, take them up on it. They're fantastic. All right. Very disinterested in anything we had to say.
That's all right.
Chad Witt is typing. I will give an update on the Witt Watch here in just a few minutes as Chad is putting together a book the way it looks. So I do not know where Leah Huffman is tonight. She's not here. Cyclones will perform without her.
Yeah, that's. I want to be hopeful that is once again just maybe like a, she's got family things or something going on.
We'll find out.
Yes, we need to find out.
But Mackenzie Bowles will get the start tonight. So Maddie Berry checks out in back row. You got Lizzie Rogers. You've got Lainey Smith, Allie Kinzinger. In the front row, you've got Mackenzie Bowles, Ava Hughes, and Maddie Fisher. Maddie Berry checks in for Lainey Smith. So our hitters right now will be Maddie Fisher and Lizzie Rogers on the outside, Ava Smith in the middle. Allie will do the setting. Hornets will serve first.
Well, we really need to get.
Yeah, we need to get off to a quick start here.
Sure do.
That's not how we start. Not how we want to start. That one off Lizzie Rogers' hands, goes out back.
Dan, we need to have the slowest start.
It's every play. It's
Of all the
everything we
starts.
say. Just have a very slow start.
Yeah.
Very, very slow.
Of all the starts,
Yep.
this should be.
Very, very slow. Set back up in the middle. Here's Hughes tipped. That one going to be saved, and they are going to hit it across. Back row again. Kinzinger up in the air. This time Mackenzie Bowles sends it. And the girls back alive here. 8 pops it over. This one dug out by Bowles. Nice play. Kinzinger up in the air. Rogers from the back row. That one dives down. Set back up by their libero. Far side. Right hand tipped at the net out of bounds. That'll be a point back over to Heyworth.
Hey, that's still getting really active up front. Good defensive play. Really great job digging the ball out. A couple of those kills looked like they were heading for the ground. And so this is not a bad way to start, Dan. It's 2-0, but I liked what I saw in that last point, especially.
I am getting word that Leah Huffman was out sick today. That bug has been going around. Trust me, my son had it. My parents have had it. I know a lot of kids at school have had it. So she is out sick today. So Leah, we wish you the best, and wish we could have the camera on us since we had a sign here that said "Wish you were here." But anyway,
we promise.
Yep. so Witt watch for Carson Witt, 4-0 here, Hornets. But the Witt watch, I know that's cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Grace now, her Carson's team's 10-8 on the season. They lost to Bethel this past weekend in 4. Bethel, very good team, and Chad expects that they'll be ranked soon here. 5-0 timeout called. They play. They've got a long 2 weeks here ahead. They play Mount Vernon. They're ranked number 16. Huntington on Saturday. They're 12-4 in the season. Marion next Wednesday, ranked number 21 in the country, and Indiana Wesleyan ranked number 7. So a big test for Grace now at 10-8. Grace, the defending national champions, I believe. Carson is ranked second in total assists in the conference with 610, and third with an 8.96 assist per set average. So, big deal right there.
Rolling. I wondered as you were reading that, I thought that the music was a little loud in my ear, so I reached over and I pulled back the crowd.
And you realized
fader.
It didn't do anything?
No, I just realized that I don't know if that's I don't know how you respond to that.
Do whatever you want.
Like if you're like, hey, dude, let's not do that. When I'm here, I got it.
Don't touch. No, just kidding. No, it doesn't matter. Set back up on the near side. Big crank going out back, and the Heyworth Hornets striking early here. 14-3 on the season thus far are the Hornets, and they now lead the Cyclones 6-0 here in set number 1. It could get rowdy here tonight. We do have police here. You know, why not? Girls volleyball game could get out of hand.
This seems like where all the crime happens.
Bulls goes to the back row. Bump back up far side. Number 8 puts it 2 hands over. Up in the air. They're going to get her for a 2-hand touch.
So which one was it, Dan?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pretend to figure that out, because if that was called on us, I'd probably still question it. Bowles puts this one over. Set up in 1, far side. Here's 8, right hand, back row, off of Bowles' arm. She hits hard. Not as hard as a couple of the young gals we have seen.
Mm-hmm.
But the Heyworth Hornets doing a very good job of getting themselves in system and doing it quickly. And we are having a struggle adjusting right now up in front to get our blockers where they need to be.
Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking when you said that. Just very quick to their offense. No playing around here. No, not a lot of just bumping the ball over. They're setting up their outside hitters, and they are hitting hard so far.
Here come the Hornets, serving back row. Dug out by Maddie Berry, up to Kinzinger. Set far side, Fisher puts it deep. Returned by number 2. Setter, near side, 11, turns, cranks cross court. Kinzinger just playing defense on that. Back up, has to go over, and Hughes trying to time it, just missed it a little bit. And that one falls down 8-1. Now the score here in set number 1.
Yeah, we got to turn this into offense here. We're just so on our heels here so far, which is, I mean, it's understandable. It's a really good Hornets team here.
Back into it, serves into the net. Cyclones will pick up the point, side out. And substitutions being made. Lainey Smith comes in for Maddie Berry. And coming in to serve, Abri Abaka.
All right. Let's get us going here, Abri. Let's get some offense here. Turn the corner.
Abaka floats this one over. Dug back out here, tied against the net. 13, far side, 8. Cranks downwind, and she smoked it.
Yeah, that's impressive.
And the coach is looking in the back row saying, hey, why aren't we there? Why aren't we there? 9-2. Side out back over to Heyworth. So I know that over at Grace College, there is a Heyworth player, or a past Heyworth player that's playing with Carson over there. Number 8 out on this court over here that we see, the big hitter on the outside. According to Chad Witt, I did not know this, but now I do, is the sister of a collegiate player for Grace, and so it runs in the family. I mean, she should play college volleyball pretty easily. She stands 8'9" on that far side, and you know, normally it's insulting to girls when you call them tall, but in this sport you want to be. Back row, this one dug out. 14 has to go. You get an ace.
Yep.
By Riley Mountjoy.
She has
she has 180
kills so far this year. Yep. So
she's averaging almost 5 a set. Here's Mountjoy again. Bring it back up, set back to the near side. Big swing. That one back up in the air. Mountjoy again, far side. Here's Kinzinger. Puts this one in play. Dug back out by 14. Set up. Here's 8 again. Cranks back row off of the outstretched hands of Bowles. And it is 11-4. Hornets on top of the Cyclones here in set 1.
Yeah, 4.6. You had it. You nailed it. 4.6%. That's really impressive stuff.
Here she comes. She's serving. Back row. Back up in the air. And Cyclones right there. And again, not this one goes out of bounds. That will come to the Cyclones. A little discombobulated there. But, you know, it all we go back to it. It all goes back to that first pass off the serve receive. And, you know, that is one of those things that we have struggled with all season.
Mm-hmm.
And that pass from the back row is as important as the set.
Yes.
It really is.
Well, you got some really hard servers on that side of the court, so it makes it so difficult. Right?
They're going to say replay this.
I think the referee he's just, you know what, maybe he had some White Castle earlier. He had the whistle in the mouth.
I don't know if you have white.
Just a little.
I don't know. Did it?
Just a little.
Yeah, everybody knows what we're thinking right there. He had a moment. And it's a replay, 10-5 Hornets.
I'll be in the car.
I'll just stop right there.
That's at least an attention.
Comes in near side, back row. Here's Mountjoy, near side. Bowles unable to get charged into it, has to lob it over. Set, far side, here's number 2. She takes a pop at it, goes out back. Cyclones get the point, 10-6. And Lizzie Rogers gets to keep serving. Heyworth 14-3 on the season. And there is noises coming from the very small student section. They're a rowdy bunch, though. Near side, here's Bowles. Nice swing by Bowles. And that's what I want to see more out of Mackenzie.
Yes.
And I want to see her flying into it, though. You know, where she knows where the set's going to be, and she can time it out and be attacking it as she comes in.
Yeah, we're still a few feet away from the net there. I think we got some more ground we can make up on that.
10-7, Cyclones right back in it. Back row, dug back out. 14 sets up middle. Big swing, tipped, dug out. Here's Kinzinger. Sets near side, Bowles retreats. That goes to the back row. Played by the Hornets. Back row, number 8, big swing. That one dives over the net, and the Cyclones respond. Near side, Bowles again. Floats it over. Here comes the set. Far side, 2, big swing. That one, nice stab by Rogers. Here near side, here's Bowles. Cranks back corner, just out. Out of bounds, just a little bit deep.
Yep.
So 11-7, it goes back over to Heyworth.
Let's give a lot of credit to the back row, Lizzie and the others back there. Just great job digging that out. So what you talked about for that last point, I mean, that was a lot better play from us in the back, getting it to the setters. Had a much more cohesive offensive effort there.
Up in the air, here's Mountjoy. Back to Bowles. One-hand tip over. Brought back alive. Back set near side 17. Oh, tools down the net. What a stab by Kinzinger. Keeps it alive, and what are they going to say? 2 hits by Rogers. But a great effort. Would have been a nice save.
Yeah, a lot of hard work there. Just
Yep.
kind of stinks that that's the call we get at.
12-7. 12-7. Cyclones trail by 5. Back set. Here's Kinzinger. Blocked at the net. Keeps it alive. But you got a couple of tall girls up there.
Yeah, that was a tricky one. She came up strong.
Yep. 13-7. Back to a 6-point Hornet lead. Libero fires over. That's a short serve. Back up in the air. Mountjoy near side. Bowles comes charging. 2 hands. She got away with one there. I don't think she can do that. Back row. Rogers up. Here's Mountjoy again. Back set over to Kinzinger. Kinzinger fires. Back corner in bounds. She took some off and lobbed it over. Found a hole back there and gets the ball back 13-8. That brings Maddie Berry back in.
I just really like seeing how Allie just finds open space on the court, whether it's like the kind of quick dump over that Carson Wood, move that we talked about, or just like that, just finding that open back court. It's a really nice heads-up play.
5-1 hitting on the right side. That's a little bit of a challenge. Maddie Berry with an ace, as Maddie Berry does. Ava Hughes also into the game, now back in the middle. So Berry with the ace, brings it back to 13-9. Here we go. Very, I love that. Just take your time. Find that serve. She does that more often than not, but next time, hit it in bounds, if you would, please.
If you can think of it.
14-9. Not that any of us could do any better at all, ever. But 14-9. Back to Heyworth.
Yeah, I think what you mentioned earlier is really going to be a key for us, is just getting those digs back to those setters.
Like this one right here. That was well done. Up in the air. But, again, I'll talk about that in a second. Near side, here's 11. Cranks back row. This one going to be trouble up against the net. Mountjoy unable to get there. But when Mountjoy made that set, the set was close to the net, but then Mountjoy ran in front of the hitter. And so it threw the hitter off, and we weren't able to attack. 15-9, back to a 6-point Heyworth lead. Up at the net. And that one just momentary brain fog at the moment. 16-9, back. Now it's a 7-point lead for Heyworth.
Yeah, and we're not going to get as many errors out of this team as
No,
others.
we're not.
So I think we've already maybe exhausted our share.
Oh, what a big swing by by Bowles. And that was the first time I've seen Mackenzie swing like that since, what am I going to say, Ridgeview.
Yeah, that's what we want to see from the front line like that. And, a set was a little bit closer to net as well.
Yep.
Just seemed like it was a little easier for her to handle.
Audrey Young checks in the game for Kinzinger to serve. Young, who has been the most consistent server out there for the Cyclones all season long. If you need a serve, you can count on Audrey to get it. After the serve, Kinzinger comes back in. 17-10, still a 7-point Hornet lead. Back row, dug out by Rogers. Kinzinger sets up near side. Bowles, big swing. That one came off crooked, and they played it. There was Ava Hughes in the middle, and with her 9'11" frame, she reached up in the air and just swatted that back. And if she gets mad at me for saying that, I apologize.
No, but
it's great to have a tall girl.
I was a little concerned she was going to get that call as well. She kind of just
a little bit of a carry.
A little more than I think I would like to see. But, hey, we got the point.
Bowles back in it. Libero brings it up for the Hornets. Near side, this should be a free ball. Nope, they're going to swing at it. That one inbounds.
And Mackenzie's serve had like a 3-minute flight time. That thing was up in the air forever. I was kind of hoping we get a little better result out of that.
Coach over there saying something to the girls. Here comes Heyworth, 18-11. It's a 7-point lead. Rogers, Kinzinger up in the air. That one goes awry. And a free ball for Heyworth. Set up far side. Here's 8. Big swing. Blocked at the net. A big block by Fisher and Hughes. Up tight on the right-hand side. Makes it 18-12.
Fisher and Rogers.
Fisher and Hughes. Did I say Rogers?
No. You say, I'm looking at the two of them at center court.
Oh, yeah. Smiling and laughing.
Yeah.
Having a good time. You got to. Back in it. Served by Ibaka. Set up in the middle. That one fired back row off the side of Kinzinger's hands. (19-12). Back to a 7-point Heyworth lead.
Some yee-haw-ish sounds coming from the crowd.
Yep. Hooting and hollering going on. Good for them. Glad Heyworth has the support of the boys out here. Fisher bumps this over. Here comes a free ball for Heyworth. Watch out. Set in the middle. That one was a little bit of a high set, but she got her fingertips on it, and that was what she needed to do to find the hole right in the middle.
Yeah, she kind of smiled as she came back thinking, well, that's actually not really what I wanted to do.
But it worked.
Yeah, got the point.
20-12. Heyworth up by 8 here in set 1. Left-hand server. That one dug out. Over and won by Ibaka, but out of bounds. 21-12.
Yep, serve receive's coming back to get us
Yep,
again.
it is. It's biting us pretty hard here.
We had a few points there where we'd really done well with it. Now I just feel like we got to pick it back up here.
Heyworth back into it. A great serve by number 14. They were attacking the back right corner here. Lizzie Rogers. Timeout coming. 22-12. It's a 10-point Heyworth lead. Timeout on the floor. And Heyworth all smiles right now. Coach a little bit frustrated. And they've got advertisers they are reading off right now. I don't know if I would read advertisers off, unless, of course, Bloomington Meats, which is a Heyworth sponsor that they're talking about, wanted to advertise for the Cyclone Broadcasting Network station online forum.
I don't know why you wouldn't.
I think it would be great. I mean, we could make it very affordable for them, say 6 ribeyes a month for each of us.
I'd lead off with 8 and just see if negotiate.
Let
down.
them talk back. 8 apiece. You got 4. We do 9 apiece. I got 5. You got 4. So 10 apiece. Then you and your wife. I think 10 apiece. 10 Bloomington Meats, if you're listening. You could sponsor this.
I'm sure they are.
10 ribeyes. 10 ribeyes a month per one of us. And you two could be mentioned.
You know, it would be our luck that they actually live stream every game in the store, and now they just 86'd us and turned it off.
That's what people do.
Yeah,
that's what happens.
Yeah, they're like,
guys, it's the Cornerstone game.
Why play
Let's
music?
turn it on.
These yutzos try to make sense of it.
The manager of Meyer broadcasting it through. Here we go, back in at 22-13. Cyclones get it back. That one tipped, kept alive. Not sure how that wasn't 2 hits.
Wow, that was bizarre.
Yeah, it was. 23-13, back to the Hornets. And all of the Bloomington Meats goodness that comes with Heyworth Hornet volleyball.
All I can think of is ribeye now.
Oh, it's so great. I don't know why that one was even a discussion between the two in the back row. Landed about 3 foot inbounds. And it will be set point coming for the Hornets. 24-13. Into the net, 24-14. Cyclones will have to rally off 12 in a row.
Yeah, those are very rare unforced errors.
Yep.
Coming over from Heyworth.
Lizzie Rogers back to crank it up for us. Here comes Rogers. Back row digs it out. That one goes out of bounds. There's one. One of a dozen. Make it 11 now that we need. Well done with the twirly gig. I will give that to Rogers.
Mm-hmm.
Girls are smiling out there, though. You know, and we'll talk about that in a second as well. Rogers back, 24-15. Floats this deep. Heyworth brings it up. Set far side. Number 2, big swing. That one dug back out. Here's Mountjoy. Back set, Kinzinger on the far side. Tipped at the net, brought back over. Set, backside 16, lefty. That one will fall down. It's a set winner for the lefty. You know, it's hard to go through a season like the Cyclones are having right now. 2-14, I believe we are. But there is something to be said about the group of girls that can keep smiling, you know?
Yes.
And here's the thing. Everybody wants to win. You want to be good at what you do.
Yeah.
But I think there's also an understanding here that this, at the end of days, none of this matters. We just want to do the best we have with what we've been given. And I think that's one of the reasons why the girls can keep their heads up. They're over there dancing. You got Ibaka who is dancing. You've got Allie who is dancing. Was dancing. So
It is
Emily
good to see that.
Emily Inescu coming in here tonight. Of course, we're missing Leah. Leah Huffman under the weather at home tonight, which is very unfortunate. Hands down, probably the most effective and dynamic player on the Cyclone squad is out ill tonight.
Yeah, she can't catch a break.
No. Don't say that. She already caught a break. Her
You know
leg is broken.
Dan's like, how dare you?
How dare you say that about Leah?
She did catch a break. So
She did.
So her break.
It's already happened.
Yes.
She has been playing on a broken leg all season. I will continue to say it because it's just crazy to think about. How does that happen? Oh, iron will. A cracked femur will not slow me down, she said.
Yeah. I was gonna say that's going to be a little different result for me.
I would milk that. I need time off. Yeah. Yes, I know it might be 6 weeks. I will work from home. No, Leah says I will play volleyball, and not only that, I will jump very high and land on my broken leg. It's amazing. It's crazy, actually.
It really is. My goodness.
Cyclones dropped the first one, 25 to 15.
Yeah, they're just really, really tough off the serve. Tall players, hard serves.
Yep.
I mean, they're bringing the ball with speed. There's not a lot of dumping the ball over coming from Heyworth. They're in a system most of the time. They've got good hitters on both sides. They're setting both sides. You know, they've even got, right-handed, left-handed. Like, they've just got a really well-balanced team. And, if we're coming out, Cyclones are coming out looking for that first victory in a few games, looking to try to, kind of battle back. This is a tough, opponent to do it against.
Yeah,
but
this is a challenge. It is.
Well, but I just say, I mentioned this once again to Ava driving over. You can't worry about who's on the other side of the court. If you do,
take care of yourself.
That's exactly right. You play to your potential and let everything else, let the chips fall.
All right, so Audrey Young in there to get things started for the Cycle Ones.
Max Preps does not like me, Dan.
How do I know it's Audrey? Pink shoes. Bright pink shoes.
Mm-hmm.
I know you were saying, I don't mean to make fun of the shoes. Here's the thing. I'll make fun of the shoes. Because back in the day when you and I were playing, you know what? We had team shoes. Everybody's shoes matched. I don't think it necessarily matters in volleyball that much. But when I've got guys in my basketball team wearing bright pink or baby blue shoes, because it's the thing right now, I don't like it. I don't like it. Audrey Young puts it in play. Here come the Hornets near side. Bump that one over. Free ball for the Cyclones. Young back on the far side. That one, Fisher goes deep out of bounds. And it'll go over to Heyworth.
Well, we didn't have, we had two colors to choose from, and it was white and black. Black shoes, or you can get the white ones. And if you wore the white ones back in the day, that wasn't.
No, everybody wore black shoes back then. Remember the old Jordans that they had? The black, kind of like a suede look to them with the red
sharp
trim. They were such sharp shoes.
Yep.
Here's Young back to the middle. Hughes hits it over far back corner. Set up in the middle again. 8 fires back row. This one off of Rogers. Falls, and it's 2-0. Hornets.
But I'm not finding. I wanted to bring up some stats, and I just.
Chad Witt just makes an interesting point. That one goes out of bounds. Side out over to the Cyclones. The other thing that I don't understand, and I made my opinion very clear on this last year, is the one leg tight that boys wear during basketball games. Bumped over, goes back to Heyworth, 3-1. Basketball players will come out with one leg in a tight and the other leg not, and it's a thing. I would have thought that maybe you buy a pair and then you cut them off and you can give somebody one leg so multiple
like a
people
stocking
could have.
stuffer.
Yeah, it's a gift.
Yeah.
Here's one side of my tight, but no, you buy them. Essentially, one side's a short and one side's a long. Heyworth back into it. We'll continue with that in a moment. Kinzinger sets up, and Hughes bumps it over. Right to the far side. Here's Big 8 off the block, out of bounds, and it's 4-1 Hornets. I can't stand that stuff. My son came home one time, had an arm sleeve. Why? What's the purpose? To keep my shooting arm? No, your shooting arm is no warmer wearing the arm sleeve. You do it because you see it done.
Yes.
I forbade it.
Uh-oh.
on the junior high basketball team. Here we go again. Back to volleyball. It's what we're here for. It's what you're here for. Cyclones trail 5-1.
Yeah, I was trying to take a look and see. I wanted to get some stats, whatever stats are available on Max Preps, and it was just being mean to me.
They, I think you have to be signed in to get the stats. Oh, that one tipped over. Kept alive, but Maddie Fisher finding a hole for that one. 5-2. Substitutions coming in. So Laney Smith comes in for Barry. And Abria Baca back to serve.
Yeah, I think we're behind on our stats on Max Preps.
So we're behind on.
They have us at 1 and 9.
Yeah, we're 2 and 14, I believe. Near side, this one just popped over.
Smart play.
Yep. Heyworth is good. They're a good little volleyball team.
Student section just getting into it there.
Yep.
Just had to bump it back.
All 7 of them. Actually, there's 9 of them over there. They're a hooting and hollering 9 though. Oh, that one. Lizzie Rogers off her hand.
All right, so how often do you think that's just, I'm there, it just hit me, it just went off just the wrong way, and just maybe we're not setting up the way we need
that one right there was probably just a concentration issue. Back row again, they're going after her. Up in the air, this one has to go over. Free ball, deep 4. Heyworth, watch out, near side. Righty blocked at the net. This one kept alive by Smith. Abaka underneath there. Smith blocked back up. This one goes back over. They threw it deep.
Smart.
Nobody home.
Yeah, just another smart play. Whenever we get those back and forth, just jousting up at the net like that, just everybody just seems to just collapse towards the net.
Yeah.
And they had just a really smart play, just dumping it back in the backcourt, no one home. Which is why I think whenever we see that, you want to try to regroup as much as you can. The ball comes over the net. Unless you just see an obvious play, you want to pull it back and get it back to the setter. Just make a different decision. Try to change up the play a little bit so you're just not being quite so predictable.
Into the net, we'll give it back to the Cyclones, 8-3. So Mountjoy will check into the game here. She will rotate back to serve. Maddie Fisher checks out. That moves. Mountjoy will be doing the setting. That one off Bowles' hand and out of bounds.
Just having a lot of trouble right now with not serve receive, but just getting those digs out from the back. So you use the word was it concentration, I think you used? I think that's true. I also I'm going to go back to what we talked about with JV, just the intensity.
Yeah.
I feel like if your intensity is up, those are going to happen less often.
Reaction time. Reaction time is a big deal too. And we're going to say that somebody was in the net, but and that's something that is learned. Mm-hmm. But I think we struggle with reaction time, and I think it's across the board. I don't think there's any 1, 2, 4 people that do it. I think our reaction time, our snap to the ball, is not as sharp as maybe it could be. That one goes outside, and Lizzie Rogers not having a good night tonight, unfortunately. You can see the frustration on her face. 10-4. We're all going to have those.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, and that's part of the maturity of play. The more games you play, the better you get at just kind of shaking that off. But I think that's actually a really good reminder, Dan. Lizzie's played a very integral part of this team, and it still is a struggle sometimes to say, boy, darn it, I want that one back. Whatever the case may be. So it's easy for us to sit up here and talk about that, but it's a really difficult thing when you have to refocus your energy, and sometimes you're just mad, you're frustrated, whatever the case may be.
And the frustrating part, I think she realized Heyworth is targeting her right now. That was hit directly at her, and they want to say, hey, we want you. You're going to step up right now. Yeah. And so they're serving at her and they're hitting at her, and you got to shake it off, and that's part of it. Is the emotion of playing can change how you perform too. If you're down on yourself. So
but I see Coach Emily
Yep.
stepped over to her, and I'm not sure if that's what she was addressing with
I'm
her,
sure
but
it was.
She hit her right up, and she got up the court and just said, hey, let's come here. And I like that. She's got the clipboard, Dan. So you called it on the green and white
She
night,
is, man.
You know?
She is. She is born to coach. (11-4). Heyworth on top here in set 2. Heyworth already leads 1-0. Number 13 back to go. Serve comes up in the air. Bowles. Mountjoy back to Bowles. Has a nice head of steam, but didn't get a big swing into that. Set up near side 10. Cross court. Rogers out of bounds again. Good stab, good effort. Goes off her hands sideways and falls. I'm not sure what the. Is that a cacao? What is that? I don't even know what that is. It's just a noise. Back row, Ibaka, out of bounds.
I don't know what it is, but it's honestly, if I'm Heyworth, I'm just like, just keep doing it. Keep doing it.
It's the guy with the gray shirt down there in the front row.
The cacao guy.
Yeah, it's like he's just making random noises.
Yeah.
Back row. Here's Bowles. Mountjoy. Set back to Bowles. Fires back row. Brought back by the Hornets. Here comes a free ball. Up in the air. Mountjoy set up in the middle. Laney Smith just kind of taps it over. Again, we got to work on our timing there. That one into the net. Cyclones will get it back. 13-5.
Yeah, I feel like I saw this earlier in the game, and I didn't say much because I wasn't sure if it was really what I was going to see in the varsity game throughout. But you just really see, I mean, McKenzie's just really getting called on. McKenzie and Allie both getting called on way more than they normally do, and that's because we don't have Leah in the lineup tonight.
Back row. This one up by Rogers, and Mountjoy just couldn't get up there. And again, it's one of those where we got the return, but you got to get it high enough to give your setter time to get underneath it.
That's right.
Back up in the air. Here comes Mountjoy. Setting back up. Lizzie. Back row. Here come the Hornets. Far side. Watch out. Big arm off of Maddie Berry. And it's 15-5. A 10-point Heyworth lead.
We got to get turned around. Now's the time. We can't be trying to right the ship when it's 21-22.
Yep, you're right. Back over in one. Watch out. Tip to the net. Kinzinger up in the air. Back row. Rogers just lobs it. Free ball. Set up near side. Big swing. 10 goes right down with it. 16-5.
They're just kind of having their way, you know.
Yeah, and we tend to do this in the second set. We just tend to do it. And I'm not quite for sure the reasoning behind it. Score is 16-5. Make it 17-5. Nope, that was out of bounds. So it'll be 16-6. I think Carson Witt is watching right now.
Hey, Carson.
Hi, Carson Witt. The most awesome Carson Witt. Audrey Young back to serve. Back row, brought back up. Free ball coming, going deep. Brought back by Rogers. Set up, two-hand dump. A nice read by Audrey Young. Looked over, saw a hole, and dumped it.
I can think of someone else that was very good at doing that.
She I don't know. I think Carson did it once or twice in her career is all.
Once or twice.
And they were average at best.
Yikes.
Just kidding. It was
I tried,
fantastic.
Carson. I tried.
It was fantastic
It's
watching
fantastic.
her. 17-7. She did it better than anybody. I've never seen a setter be able to dump like she can dump.
Just find the open spot.
Yep. And just not even looking. And, I mean, she's actually looking back at her team and just like, doof. It was great.
It's almost like the Stephen Curry move. Put the three up and just
yeah,
turn.
and then just turn and walk away. Yeah. Kinzinger back in the game in that back row. You've got Hughes and Fisher up front. Kinzinger, Berry, Rogers, and Bowles in the back row. 17-7. It's a 10-point Heyworth lead. Make it an 11-point Heyworth lead. Net monster bit the Cyclones. And Heyworth having a heyday. You see what I did right there?
I do see what you did.
It's got to be the Bloomington Meats in them. Sponsors of the Heyworth Hornets. That one goes sideways for Bulls. 19-7. But, I mean, Bloomington Meats makes everyone stronger.
They really do.
It's fantastic.
Especially like, I don't know, eight ribeye a
Nine,
week.
no, 10.
9.
We decided on 10.
10.
10 ribeye, 10 16-ounce ribeyes a piece.
Well, I think I remember 12 now.
I think it was 12. If you rewind back, it would be 12. 20-7.
But don't.
We're talking about meat right now. Barry digs it out. Kinzinger at the net. Back row. Two-hand touch. Pushes it over Rogers. Here's 13. 5 sets up 8. Big swing. Blocked at the net. That one's going to fall. Inbounds? Was that inbounds? I thought that landed out of bounds.
I did too.
That they're going to say it was inbounds. That's okay. Here we go. Mackenzie Bowles back 20-8. Lobs this one back row. 13 sets far side. Big swing for 8. That one off of Bowles' forearm. She looked down saying, I know better than that. And it'll be 21-8. Remember, player number 8 is sisters with a player on the Grace College team that Carson plays on.
Lila Tate, you're talking about.
What's that?
Lila Tate.
Lila Tate, yep. You're going to claim that profile? Don't claim that profile. Although that's funny to do. I've done it before. It's quite fun. If I don't like you, I will claim your profile. You will no longer be able to edit. Avery Ibaka back in. I know I'm vicious, man. 21-9. Here's Ibaka. Miss swing for Avery.
Wow.
22-9.
That just kind of takes the win right
Yeah,
out.
it sure does. I mean, our second sets have been exactly that. And Miss Tate comes out of the game more than likely for the final time tonight. She is following in her sister's footsteps. We wish her the best of luck. She is a junior or senior?
She is
senior.
A senior.
So I would imagine that there's a possibility she will be over hanging out with Carson next year. Don't know that for a fact, but she's got a big chicken wing that flies around up in the air that hits balls really well.
Yeah, she's got a lot of power.
Maddie Fisher checks out of the game. Back into it is Riley Mountjoy. She's a Mount of Joy, according to her parents.
That was
set up big swing. I know, right? Here we go. Back up. Kinzinger retreats. Files back corner. Number 5 sets near side. 7 just lobs it over. Free ball coming. Ibaka up to Mountjoy. Sets up near side. Here's Lizzie Rogers. Fires back corner. Heyworth playing it. That one's going to fall. And the Cyclones get a point. 22-11. They would love to make a little run here if they could. Riley Mountjoy could do it for them because she is a mountain of joy.
Lizzie needed that one.
She did.
Good placement on that.
Set up near side. Swing, tipped at the net, brought back up. Mountjoy over and 1. That one kept alive. Near side, Mountjoy. Rogers fires cross court. This one played, but up high in the air for the Hornets. 7 bumps it over. Rogers right there. Mountjoy at the net. And that one 4 hits. And it will be 23-11. Yeah. And the faithful few over there, I call them, for the Heyworth Hornets, clapping. I'm not sure what they were clapping for there. I really don't know. I don't.
Don't
So
either. I don't think they know.
They were clapping. Kept alive. Nice little play there by the girls to keep that one breathing. 20 tipped at the net. That one's going to fall, and we're going to have match point. It's been a tough Monday night for the Cyclones, and if you are a Cyclone fan, as the Cyclones are more than likely going to fall again here and drop to 2-15 on the season. First one over by Kinzinger, over and 1. Near side, 1 into the net. Cyclones will have one last-ditch opportunity. And back to do it will be Lizzie Rogers. 24-12.
Here we go, Lizzie.
See if Lizzie can string together a few here. Make this a little more respectable. Rogers floats it over. Back row. That's going to fall. Twirly gig. She does the hoedown, not the gig. So Lila Tate is actually not going to Grace. She's going to Spring Arbor. Conference rival for Grace.
Oh, so she'll be playing against her sister.
Yeah, her sister is at Grace. She's top 10 for blocks. So they will be rivals. It's too bad you don't get to play with the masterful Carson Witt.
That's right.
Oh, nice little tip over. Cyclones keeping it alive here. That one, back row, dug out by Rogers. Mountjoy up in the air, near side. Here's Bowles. Fires, tipped at the net, brought back up one more time. 14, far side, 12, cranks it. And a nice play by Ibaka. Back near side, Rogers from the back row, and she sends it sailing. And that's how her night ends. 25-13 is the match final, the set final. And that's a winner for Heyworth. Congratulations to the Hornets. And the Hornets improved to 15-3 now on the season. Cyclones fall to 2-15. Let's look ahead this Saturday. This might be all you on Saturday, or you and Sean, or you and Sarah. I should put some peer pressure on her in the office to get her to do this.
100% you should.
You didn't say that in the microphone. I'll mute you next time. You just tell me that off the air. Cyclones, didn't fare too well tonight.
No.
We're hoping that Saturday, I think Coach has given them a night off this week, too, to try to heal up.
I was going to look that up. Yes.
Yeah.
I think I believe it was, and they're going to have a short practice on Friday night. They're only going to go an hour if memory serves. So
okay.
Let's see. They'll practice tomorrow night.
No practice tomorrow night?
No, they'll practice. I mean, I've got it on the calendar all week, but he may have changed a couple things up. We'll have to double check.
Well, the girls going down to Calvary Academy down in Springfield on Saturday, and they play. Let's see. There's a host of teams that are down. There's Illini Central, Mount Olive, Calvary, Springfield. Those are the and Illini Central. I think I said them already. But there's 4 teams down there, round-robin tournament. And the Cyclones play game number 1 on Saturday at 10:15 a.m., and then they play back-to-back. So they play at 10:15 against Mount Olive, and then they play the host school, Calvary, at 11:15. Then they have a couple-hour break and play Illini Central for the final game of the afternoon at 2:15. Have you been down to this tournament before?
I've not.
Okay, I will explain to you how to do this off the air. But it is a fun tournament. Springfield Calvary is great to work with, and hopefully the wheels go back on the bus.
Yes,
for Saturday.
I would agree with that. Yeah, we got to get off the starting block a lot with a lot more aggression, a lot more just purpose in our play. I didn't really feel like we ever even really just showed up and played with intense volleyball tonight. And I give all the credit to Heyworth for showing up and playing a really good game, but I think our Cyclones could have competed a lot more than maybe we did tonight. But like you said, it's Monday. It's there's just a lot of things going on, and you're not always going to get the momentum in your favor.
Cyclones tonight drop both JV and varsity in 4 straight sets, and drop now to 2-15 once again on the season. Guys, we do enjoy bringing all these games to you, even on nights when it's tough like tonight. But rest assured, one of the best coaches in the business is down there that is working with these girls on a nightly basis, and we look forward to watching them continue to improve as the season goes on. Guys, I think that will do it for us tonight. Yep. Final words from you, Eric? Anything?
Final words are I'm glad we get a little bit of a break this week. I think the team needs to regroup, just rethink our strategy for this weekend. So we've had a couple really, really busy weeks, so good to see that they're going to get a few days to kind of just take a breath and reset.
That will do it from Heyworth. Well said. I'll let the music kick in and roll us out for Eric Hughes. I'm Dan Kinzinger saying have a great night.